Good. What are we at? Morning, evening?
We generally upload these around
noonish.
I was gonna say I think it's 2:30.
2:30.
It's been like a month, and I changed the upload schedule from being like 2 to 3 to being like 5 and 6.
Well, then thanks for joining us after your afternoon nap.
I don't know. I'm thinking, I'll probably keep the because upload schedules are between 5 and 6 have actually had a lot more views. I think it's because our younger audience is out of school and our older audience is a bit settled down for a day and they're ready to actually do stuff. So we're actually at the top of their feed.
Very nice.
Just things I've noticed. So if you're a YouTuber or aiming to be in YouTube, aim for a mid-afternoon, early evening release for your videos, just because most people will be active around that time.
Apparently.
At least compared to like noon.
Yeah.
I think Game Grumps upload around noon, which is why I was aiming for that. Anyway. Be all end all, it has been a rather uneventful month.
Yeah, it's been kind of lame.
Especially after
last month? Yeah, with Effie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they just released the pricing for the rooms for Effie for next year.
Oh, actually, I meant to check that out. Do you remember how much it was?
For like the lessest.
Wow.
Like the cheapest option is like $139, I think.
A night?
A night?
I don't know. Is that good?
Well, the one we were getting last this year.
The Sheraton or the Marriott?
Yeah, the Marriott. It was like $129.
Oh, so only $10 more.
It's like $10 more, so it's not like it's that bad, but
it's not gonna break the.
The difference is this hotel requires a down payment of 1 night stay when you book.
So $139
plus tax.
Yeah.
Okay, so closer to 165.
Yeah, so that'll be on your credit card when you book.
Yeah, that's all right. You're spending that money anyway.
As with last year, or this year.
Yeah.
As with Mark.
You don't want to go.
I don't have fun at Fernal.
Well, I was commenting to Dr. Rage Quit. Shout out Dr. Rage Quit.
Yay!
Our biggest fan.
Yeah. When because we drove together the nights that she joined us, I commented to her because I can't make the drive anymore. I keep pretty much falling asleep behind the wheel.
Oh God, so that's scary.
Yeah, so I'm going to be booking a room for next year, and I mean obviously I can't get one at the con because it booked solid in like 5 minutes.
No, not really.
What, 20 minutes?
No, this isn't Anthrocon we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anthrocon books out in like 2 minutes flat. Like they like 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're live.
Yeah.
But anyway, actually, we had 2 friends of ours who attended Fernal, and then they went like the next couple weeks later. They went down to Motor City FurCon.
Oh yeah.
And they said they had so much better a time at Motor City FurCon.
Yep.
They're like everyone was so much friendlier.
Which is weird.
The atmosphere was so much better, and they're like, we're planning on skipping Fernal and just doing Motor City FurCon next year.
Is that Echo?
Is Motor City bigger than Fernal?
I don't think so.
I think Fernal's biggest in Canada, so I would think it's smaller. I think that seems to be the case with FurCons, is that the bigger it is, the less fun you have overall.
Well, it becomes more intimidating.
Maybe because more intimidating, but I mean, like, my first time going to Fernal, maybe I was a little bit intimidated because I expected a condition like crowd. I wanted to go. I wanted to have a couple of Pokemon battles for the one day I was going to be there.
Did you have any?
I think I had like one with somebody at Artist's Alley, and that was about it. And I wiped the floor because I'm a competitive battler, and I kind of expected somebody else, especially because it was the video game theme. So I expected it, and then I was sadly disappointed, and that was what I had gone for. It was just interpersonal relation, and I went, I handed out over 100 BrantFurred stickers, barely anyone batted an eye, and it's just like, nobody is receptive at all in this much larger area. Like, I would have expected the exact opposite, that we have a lot of people and, garnering something a bit. Like, Our friend Talus does not enjoy Fernal. He went to Condition, used to give stuff away all the time, went to Fernal, was just completely shut down, didn't have a good time. Because he went from being someone who was constantly engaging with people and that to being more or less ostracized because he was doing that. And it was really shitty.
Ostracized?
Yeah, like, at Fernal, if you are attempting to be outgoing and talk to a lot of people, you get ignored. For reasons. It's a very cliquey con.
Yeah.
Like, even on the gaming one, I tried to take part in the Smash tournament. I ended up just standing in a room for like an hour. It just... I don't know. The scale made it not what I was looking for.
Anyhow, so I'm sort of in talks with them where it's like, I don't know if I'm going to do Fernal this year or not, just because if they had so much more fun. And the other thing is that I really would love to go to a stateside con.
Well, I would too. I don't have my passport though.
I'm getting mine renewed. It expired, but we're getting like the 10-year ones. But anyway, I would love to go to a stateside con because it's a whole brand new area with brand new people to meet and mingle with. Because the thing is, it's like, it's great when you go to a con, like to Fernal, it's like, oh hi X person, oh hi X person, how are you doing? Because you know them all, at least somewhat. Like, you can recognize a whole bunch of people. Mm-hmm. I would like to actually go somewhere where I'm like in a totally different sect of furry and inject myself there and be like, all right, I'm here. Who wants to chat? And get to know new people. You know?
I just want to go to the States and just, like, you know,
Inject
be
myself.
crack. just like, people can just take me and inject me into their social systems.
Yeah. Woo! But
I'll
anyway.
liven up the party, too.
So depending on how things go, we might actually just go with them and be like, all right, we're going to skip Fernal this year and go to Motor City FurCon.
Well, that saddens me.
Yeah, I know, but...
I mean, the bit is, if you can only afford one FurCon, I wouldn't recommend Fernal. That's the bit. I would recommend... Well, again, Fernal and Condition are kind of my two to compare to, and Condition doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But consistently, from the type of people that I hang out with, nobody has fun at Fernal. And that's maybe it's just
fun at Fernal.
Maybe it's the difference is that you spend the time at Artist Alley, so you get to spend the time with people approaching you because they're interested in what you want. And
not this year. Like, most people just kind of like walk by, kind of like glanced over their shoulder to see if there's anything that just automatically catches their eye, and if nothing, they just keep walking. This year was terrible for actual sales at the con, but we talked about that.
You did all right.
I did okay, but that's only because I had something that was cheap and engaging.
Yeah. At any rate, so it's just, and the thing is I don't know what it was, but because we were doing BrantFurred stuff, and I got to go to, like, no panels this year. And there wasn't any panels that were, like, particularly interesting either.
Yeah.
So,
I think
karaoke was a ton of fun, though.
Oh, yeah, karaoke, but karaoke's karaoke.
Yeah, I know.
I want to say I said it last month's podcast, but throughout the entirety of Fernal this year, I went to 3 panels. 2 of them were just to be your camera.
Yeah.
So...
Does karaoke count as a panel?
I don't think
no.
so.
I wouldn't label karaoke or the dance because that's at every FurCon, and it's deliberately something. It's an activity to have fun. It's not an actual panel where you're discussing whatever.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I like panels.
Which is fine.
I didn't come here to have a thoughtful, intelligent conversation. I came to have fun.
Well, the thing is
stupid fun.
Panels aren't necessarily just discussion. The panels also include, like, demonstrations or like the Jeopardy, whatever. Those are panels. They're just like little games and whatever.
Karaoke's kind of like a game.
Yeah.
You go up, you participate, you sit down.
Yeah, like, I have nothing against Fernal, but it's not my con. It's not what I enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents.
I kind of wish the karaoke went longer. I really, really enjoyed the karaoke. I keep bringing it up, but like, it was really the only thing I took part in, other than the art auctions, which I won one, and I have to pick it up next year. So, I kind of have to go.
You can't have it delivered?
I could. I'd have to pay the shipping.
What's the shipping?
I don't know. Probably like $2. I'm cheap as fuck.
Well, here's the bit. What's cheaper, the shipping or having to pay to go to the con to pick it up?
Yeah, but if I'm going to the con, I'd be going to the con. Like, picking it up is basically free. Because I'm not going to pick it up. Well, no, I am going to pick it up. I'm not going just to pick up the art.
Anyway, we should put Frontal on the back burner because...
Yeah, we talked about it all last month.
Yeah.
We did.
It's just nothing happened this month, so we're sort of rehashing.
Star Fox Zero came out, but we did a series on it, and I put my 2 cents in while we were actually playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could put in a...
The other thing is like, you suggested, let's do Star Fox Zero, and Isaac's like, I can just smell the copyright claims.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It's been nuts. I mean, Okami gets 1 or 2, and it's generally when you guys are in a cutscene. But any time we have done anything moderately recent Nintendo, Smash Brothers doesn't get it. I don't know why. It used to. But Smash Brothers doesn't get it. Super Mario World used to get it. Super Mario 3D World gets 4 to 5 per episode on different things. So there's no way to contest that without completely shutting down your own channel, because if you lose them, you're dead.
Yeah.
In the water. And it's just... There's a difference between being protective of your copyrights and attacking anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I give them the balls that all of the copyrights are actually from Nintendo and not like a third party, because you can do that. But there's no penalty for making a claim. And I have kind of rolled over with it. Yeah, I've rolled over it with our Nintendo claims because I don't agree with their system and I don't care that much. I would rather we get more hits on our other types of series. Like, Help Wanted's been doing okay recently. Dog Island, I don't mind too much. But with our Nintendo stuff, Nintendo doesn't need the help with it. I don't know. So that's not what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's understandable for Nintendo to, won't make any claim because it is their game, but especially on newer stuff. So yeah, for them to put any sort of copyright claim on our Star Fox Zero series, that's just justified.
Yeah. The bit is, and a lot of YouTubers, especially gaming YouTubers, have mentioned it, is that with Nintendo stuff, they're the only company that does not recognize YouTube as what is more or less free advertising. Instead, they try to chokehold it because even when you get their permission, you're not allowed to do certain levels. You're not allowed to show certain parts of the game. You get a massive chokehold for what you're allowed to do, even working with their system. So I would rather break all of their rules and just let them have the money than try to argue it, potentially lose my channel, or work with them and then not be allowed to do things my way.
Oh, you rebel, you.
We got a badass over here.
Well, that's just me, is that I do this to have fun and do things my way.
Yeah.
If I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't be having fun. And that's just me. I mean,
it's Isaac's way or the highway.
Pretty much. And with Zelda games, it's even...
We're on the highway to hell. Boop, boop.
Like, over on my channel, I've been playing Golden Sun Lost Age, which is...
You made the wrong song reference.
I don't know.
There's a song, My Way or the Highway.
Yeah.
My way or the highway.
You just put a tune on the words. You don't even know the song, do you?
No, there's a Chocolate Starfish song that uses that in
really?
that particular bit. Yes.
Wait, Chocolate Starfish, like the album, or is there a band called that?
I only know that title because they open Rollin' with
Linkin
that.
Park, or not? Oh my God, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and that is the album.
Yes.
Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Don't question
it. It's a dick joke.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Limp Biscuit, but...
No, hot dog flavored water for some reason. It's stupid, I know.
Yeah. Well, Chocolate Starfish is an asshole.
That's true.
But
Are they talking about anal?
Most likely.
Hot dog is
A wiener.
phallic. Flavored water could be jizz, I guess.
I guess. Pork is salty.
Someone poured bleach into my week-old mayonnaise. You want to smell it?
What the fuck? I have questions. I'll save them for later.
Ah, shit. But no, like, with any of their newer stuff, they blanket it because they don't want, you know, XYZ to be seen. When I was doing
There's
Skyward...
a Z? Oh my god, Pokemon Z confirmed.
When I was doing Skyward Sword on my channel, every now and again I'd get one or two, like, especially on the longer episodes, and it would always be, like, music claims.
Yeah.
When I did Minish Cap, they did nothing.
Capcom?
Yeah, well, yeah, Minish Cap is Capcom, so I'll give it that. And as I think Four Swords is as well. Which Four Swords doesn't even show up on YouTube Gaming, by the way.
But really?
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Four Swords Adventures for the GameCube does, but Four Swords, the original, does not exist.
Well, there goes our traffic.
Well, no. You can watch that series, actually. It's on my channel. The whole of it finished, I think, a week or two ago, so...
Yeah.
You can watch that. I'm starting Ocarina of Time, and I'm sitting there. The first one will have gone up on last Friday, and today, I think, if it's Monday, will be the second episode. And I'm interested to see where Ocarina of Time goes, because I've realized I suddenly have a very love-hate relationship with it.
Why?
There are aspects of it that I love. Possibly the nostalgia. I like wandering around the field and just like enjoying the view for a while.
The open.
Yeah, just the openness of Hyrule Field.
There was a guy my dad knew once. You can ride Epona in Ocarina of Time, right?
Yes.
Epona?
The guy who rode Epona out to the lake every day whenever he needed to relax.
Yeah, there was this guy my dad knew, and he's just like, sometimes when life is getting a little too stressful or whatever, I put in Ocarina of Time, I get on my horse, I ride out to the lake, I get off, and I just watch the lake.
This must be how today's gamers go camping.
But, like, this is years ago my dad told me about this guy originally.
Well, wait, they can't do any regular camping. It's too intense.
Ah.
That and it's not a first-person shooter.
Ah.
But anyway, yeah, so this guy who just watches the lake in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. But no, like...
To de-stress.
The fishing hole?
No, Lake Hylia. The fishing hole is there, but...
Have I been pronouncing Epona's name wrong this whole time? I call her Epona. I've heard you guys both say Epona.
Yeah, it's a matter of pronunciation because none of the games ever actually say it.
That's true.
I think originally when I first was reading it, I read it as Epona, but then he just spouts Epona all the time, and I think it just kind of took over.
I used to think there was an I in it. I pronounced it Eponia.
Really?
Yes, as a kid, because apparently I was dyslexic as a kid because I called the Kokiri Koriki. I call
Koriki.
Epona used to be Eponia.
Eponia. It's a Spanish. It's a Spanish horse. Eponia.
Yeah. So like, there's so many things that I pronounced wrong, and I'm like, damn, I was a really stupid kid.
Yeah.
That I just couldn't read.
Anyway, we're getting to like the.
What do you mean was?
18 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah, I know, but you wanted to say something. You had a thing, so.
Yes, I do.
So I just want to give you enough time to touch on that subject.
Yes.
Because it seems like the type of subject you could just run on
for
an
a
entire
while.
episode.
So I want to give you enough time to have your say.
I probably could, and it's something that
3, 2, 1, go.
I feel kind of needs some say. It's because Foxin's been very curious about non-standard genders, more or less.
Yeah, anyone who follows me on Facebook may have recently seen a post or two asking questions about transgenders and gender fluidity.
Yeah, which is fine. Asking questions is fine, and actually, I've talked to a lot of transgender people, and normally I wind up asking what their gender is before I go too much into it, just because I want them to feel comfortable. Because it's a matter of opinion for a lot of people, which, unfortunately, with Tumblr and a lot of the social justice stuff has seen a lot of negative light because it just gets into the nonsensical.
Yeah.
But in terms of being male, female, trans, agendered, or what's the one for nothing? It's agendered, right?
Yeah, agendered.
Or gender fluid, those ones have legitimacy. And I've seen a lot of people denying non-trans because we've hit a point in our society where we have to have a lot of respect for transgendered individuals, but people with gender identity disorder in general are still looked negatively upon.
Yeah.
The other thing is this is also coming up, that we're talking about this. This is a good point in time because this is where we're also seeing a lot of that, like the bathroom laws.
Oh, what is it, North Carolina? Yeah.
Or just a whole bunch of places.
The bathroom law.
I was on Twitter. Sorry.
Before we get into this bathroom law, in case anyone hasn't already had their Facebook blow up about it, is North Carolina, I don't know if it was judge or mayor or congressman or whatever, they basically made a law that states that you can only use the bathroom that is associated with your gender at birth.
Which, I don't mean to derail this at all. That doesn't make sense because if someone is a transgendered female, so they were male and have become female, and they no longer have the parts to use a urinal.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
there are stalls, are there not?
there are stalls, but I'm just saying,
Well,
you're going into a bathroom and you don't have the parts to use the bathroom.
Yeah, it's either they install a shiwi at every urinal, just like something you can just like cup in front, and there you go. But I can't see them actually doing that, so
But
it does raise some questions.
At any rate, as
like,
I
why
was
the
going
hell
to
is there a
say,
shiwi in the bathroom?
I went on Twitter yesterday, and I happened to see a tweet that was, I don't know, retweeted or something, and it was some sort of American Family Alliance bullshit. I don't know, but it's like
It's AFAB, American Family Alliance
bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah.
AFAB.
anyway. But they were calling for a boycott of Target because Target is like, no, use the bathroom that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah,
because we support our transgendered and et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, this is how rapists find their victims. This is how all sorts of random shit, and there was like 800,000 names and signatures on this petition or whatever to boycott Target. I'm like, you people are fucked in the head.
The other bit is, whenever these arguments come up, it's always transgendered females that are targeted.
Yeah.
Because no one thinks about transgendered males, which the main bit of the whole thing is that you're supposed to be where you feel comfortable, but no one recognizes about making everybody else feel comfortable. Because a transgendered male, someone who's female, transgendered to male, using a women's bathroom, normally they have like full beards because of the testosterone treatments and whatnot. So this is someone who very much looks like a man forced to use a bathroom where they're surrounded by women, which is, I can't imagine that it's uncomfortable for them with but all the other women in there now have to deal with this, and
Yeah.
I think they're the ones who should be uncomfortable.
Not to mention those poor, the male, the females being forced to use the male bathrooms. All of a sudden, you've got a very feminine-looking person going into this bathroom surrounded by men who, I'm not trying to throw a blanket statement here, but a lot of the people who are very outspoken about this sort of thing are men. Straight, white males.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who are very outspoken. So all of a sudden, you have someone who is a very female look, like a woman, going into this man's bathroom, surrounded by people who, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable in that situation.
No, I can't see how anyone could.
Like, I would be afraid. I would be actually afraid because, especially if you get into, like, the more, again, I don't want to blanket, but southern areas where a lot of this prejudice runs rampant.
Southern.
Like, I'd be afraid of getting fucking beaten up.
That's why I don't use public bathrooms.
Southern.
Yes.
But
I'd be afraid for my own safety.
I'm on your side with it, is because, again, the argument never comes to that's always the argument, is that this is how, you know, a pedophile or someone who will go in and end up use this system. But the problem is the person is more at risk with these implementations in place, having to use the opposite bathroom. And you used a male bit, but it could just as easily happen with a female bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to say. It doesn't come up as much, but I have been raped by a female.
It's
It
true.
can happen. Like, nobody wants to take the time to actually think about the repercussions. They just have their own kind of closed-minded, this is their view, this is what will happen.
The other thing is I'm sorry, but I can't see a rapist raping someone in a public washroom.
Well, they make it a lot easier because you can't have video cameras in public washrooms.
Yeah.
Actually, this is something I just thought of. It's like, yeah, it's only socially acceptable for a transgender person to use the bathroom. They feel like it's only socially acceptable to everyone else if they look the part. It's almost like it's a visual prejudice. It's
Yeah.
nobody bats an eye as long as you look female. We're judging people on how they look. Mm-hmm. So there's the flip side to it. It's almost like the only way to solve this is to just start like having a third bathroom that's for everyone.
And some places do that.
Actually,
they
that's
have family bathrooms.
It's a requirement for workplaces that they have a non-gendered bathroom.
Really?
Yes, it's actually written in Canadian law that is required.
Huh.
Because
I think the only bathroom at my job that would qualify as a non-gendered bathroom would be the one in shipping, because they only had room for one toilet.
Yeah.
There's also maybe one that's like a handicap accessible, which wouldn't have a gender because handicap accessible can't.
Well, actually, like, we have there's a handy crapper in the men's room at my place.
Handy crapper.
Anyway. Yeah, the other bit is I cannot imagine that, like, if you had a transgendered individual at work, the workplace would have to accommodate it. If they felt that they should be using the female bathroom, then that is their decision.
Yeah.
Or the male, whichever way it would be.
I wonder if there's any transgendered people at my place.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like a lot of people bring it to the point where it's like, you're not comfortable with a transgender person using your washroom. There's a good chance like you've already been in the situation and you didn't even fucking know, you bigot.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, people mistake me for a girl all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, all the time. And
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
like,
Oh ladies, did you enjoy your breakfast?
and I'm just like, yes, I enjoyed my breakfast very much. Or like, I think the only time I was recently mistaken for a male when I went to go and get a haircut. I asked for a female haircut, and he was okay. I am going to stop most of this conversation because I don't want to get into there with it right now. But my hairdresser was unsure because I asked for a female haircut, and they could tell at that time I was just being male. I wasn't really thinking much of it. So they ended up stunned for a little while, not really knowing what to do, because they're like, how do I cut this as a male thing? Because they're trying to, like, you know, fit in a lot of the male stuff. Like, apparently males have like a flat cut at the back.
Yep, that's
and women's is tapered. It's pointed. So just little things like that, and then
it's like telling the difference between a male and female Pikachu.
Yeah.
Flat or
you're at this point, your hair is basically a Pokemon.
Pretty much. But I forgot where I was going for this. But yeah, just like little things.
Except for the fact that he was cute.
I did find him to be cute. I am in a relationship right now.
If you're listening, you know who you are. Isaac thinks you're cute.
Probably doesn't.
Really? Anyway.
He texted me. He's like, oh my god, my hairdresser was so adorable.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's normally her that's getting that is the butt of the joke.
I know.
The cute little athletic butt of the joke.
I know, exactly. But he was so cute. He's just maybe a little bit taller than me, and
Did you give him the tip? I mean, a tip?
I
Just
did
the
give him
tip?
Just a tip?
He also got his League of Legends name. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, you got
That's like-
you got contact info, and they're basically dating.
That's like getting a phone number nowadays. Can I get your internet handle?
Yeah, what's your IP address?
All right. Moving off topic, back to gender identities a bit.
Yes.
People with gender identity disorder deserve just as much respect as people who have the courage to actually go through being trans. For me, myself, I identify with gender fluidity because I would probably be happier as a woman. But I myself would not go through transgender surgery because it would not make me comfortable. I would feel fake going through it because biologically I would not be a female. I would look like a female, which I'm already mistaken for, which is good enough in my eyes. But going through the surgery, I would feel fake. And to people who have the courage and that is what they want, all the power to you. It's not my thing, which is why I identify with gender fluidity.
Actually, that makes me curious. Does it feel fake when you're using your accessories?
A little bit, but it's a difference in that how I look in certain circumstances affects how I am treated.
Yeah.
So there are instances where I would like to go somewhere and be treated properly like a woman and not leave it to chance. There are places that I'd go and I'd like to be treated like a man. But that's just...
Maybe treated... Places you go, you want to be treated like a woman, like on a date, and you're like, yeah, could you pay? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But, like, that's the thing. I go
Except I do
female...
pay, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Are you trans?
No. I'm cisgendered, and I actually have a problem with people who are like, I don't like the term cisgender, blah, blah, blah.
Han, I don't like the term cisgender.
It really didn't make sense to me because I thought cis was like an acronym for something, but it's really not.
Yeah.
Well, it comes from like old Latin or Greek or something.
Yeah, I looked it up a while ago. I know where it comes from now. I don't remember where it comes from because that's my memory. My memory is quite shite.
The bit is that by using a term like cisgendered, it's ostracizing transgendered individuals because it's devalidifying the fact that they are male or female by saying that someone is born male, which means a transgender person cannot be cisgendered. So
I don't agree, actually.
okay,
I have to admit, because in my eyes, it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people take it where it's you're either trans or you're normal, which is not the case.
I wouldn't use normal.
Exactly, but a lot of people who are like, I don't like cisgender blah, blah, because that's just throwing a label. They are the type of people, for the most part, again, not blanketing, who would say that kind of thing. I don't mind cisgender as a term.
I don't mind it as a descriptive term, like if it came down to it. Mm-hmm. But I do not like it as a generalized bit.
Yeah, I'm the same way there.
Because, again, my bit is, as I have nothing wrong with people who identify with their own gender. I have the problem that by people making cisgendered a big at the front thing, it's devalidating transgendered male and female. Because they are just male or female, which should be the case because that is what the whole point is that they are the gender that they feel they are.
What I find is that you find a lot of people who actually use the term cisgender, they use it negatively to, it's basically an insult to anyone who just doesn't understand what transgender and gender fluidity is. Yeah. It's not that, they don't even have to be bashing transgender people in order for someone to insultingly use cisgender to describe the confused people.
The bit is I think cisgendered was originally created and used as a term for people who are their assigned gender or whatever, who openly support the transgender community. So they are not transgendered in and of themselves or anything like that, but they support and that.
Kind of
But,
like straight allies of like LGBT.
yes. I think that was the intention with it, but instead it comes up as another barrier and another division. At least to me. I could be wrong. If you have a bit to say on this topic, by all accounts, leave it in the comments and we can bring it up. I'd love to have a conversation with a few people about this, just because it's something that I'm directly involved in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I ask people their gender before I meet them. At least if I can't tell. Like, if they're openly male or openly female.
Well, yeah, it's like one of those things where before I got more into the whole transgender fluid non-binary scene, I made that mistake exactly once. Exactly one time. I'm like, I will never do this ever again. I feel so bad.
I make that mistake all the time because I'm not used to it, and then I forget who I'm talking to and what they prefer.
Oh yeah, it's fine. The bit is if you make the mistake, you're told once, and then you fix it, and that's it.
Yeah, but for me, that's only that day because, again, my memory is quite shite.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you need to put that on your next badge. And your next badge, memory is quite shite.
I don't think there's enough room.
Short-term memory. What was I writing again? Anyway,
just go back to the top of the list and start typing again. The badge ends up being like 3 feet long.
Oh man, I'd hate to put that through the laminator.
Anyway, you are correct. This was a topic I was able to go significantly over with, but I don't mind. I like the ability to be a little more open and whatnot, and especially considering that we're starting to make our weekly stuff 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't mind the idea that our podcast may even be able to go up to an hour. I just don't think we have enough to talk for an hour. Especially this month. It's been really slow.
I'm sure you'd be able to find things to talk about.
Well, yeah, it's me.
I was gonna say, didn't we have like a 2-hour podcast when we first started?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like
we weren't so stringent with time limitations.
Yeah, but they were also so sporadic. Anyway, that'll be it for now. We're more or less off the topics. Nothing much happened in April.
No.
If a lot of stuff happens in May, then that'd be awesome. But no, April.
Civil War is happening in May.
There's one more thing that should actually happen. Oh, Civil War is happening in May.
I can't wait to see that movie.
I'm kind of excited.
Are you?
Yes, I like Marvel.
you
in
like
general.
Spider-Man.
And yes, I do love Spider-Man.
You love Spider-Man.
No, like this month has been not a lot outside of our household has happened, and in our household, like our rats got cancer, and I lost my job, so it's been really depressive to actually do things. So my apologies personally if my own effort going into things has been a little lackluster.
Yeah.
But things have been really tough, and I feel bad because, I mean, this month we were going to talk to the Conference team, and I haven't been able to get back to them since just shortly after Fernal
Oh, jeez.
because of everything that's been happening, and I feel bad because I was going to get some information for them, and, you know, my person never got back, and then, again, everything started just kind of happening all at once, and I was just like, I don't have the energy to be dealing with somebody right now. Unfortunately, that's nothing against Conference. I hear they've had their own things kind of going on, so...
Yeah, they had Paw Prints in the Rain.
Yeah, so I'm happy to leave them to do what they have to do, and if they haven't contacted us, then it's fine. They're probably busy, but I feel bad that I have not lived up to my expectations because there's been so much going on just in my personal life.
Was Pop Prince in the rain outside?
I don't think so.
No.
Was it at least raining that day?
Well, it's
another lie.
It's a playoff.
First it was Pop Prince in the snow. Where are they? We're inside. There's no snow inside. Lies. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, I think that's an okay closing note. I'm hoping for a better month next month in just stuff happening and things being better around here. I mean, our rats will probably die next month, so if things are down, I'm sorry.
If I get a phone call and you are crying, like...
I might. I'm very upset just talking about it, so...
I know, but I'm gonna be at work, and I'm gonna get a phone call where you are bawling your eyes out, and I'm gonna have to leave and be like, I have to go comfort Isaac.
I will text you, and then you will probably get worried and call me, and I will be crying.
Probably. That's kind of how things go.
Anyway.
I have to go home. I have to console my wife.
Yeah.
Anyway, 40 minutes, we will see you
Our
later.
rat children died. I have to go console my wife.
We will see you later.
Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.
Hope for a good May.
And a good month.